Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Thank you for tuning in. Today I am doing the topic that I mentioned that I wanted to cover all the way back in my first video. I don't know why I'm making it sound like it was so long ago, it was literally a couple days ago. But I mentioned how I kind of want to go on a deep dive, or actually no, I mentioned this in the gaming video as well. I mentioned how I kind of want to go on a deep dive or just a deep talk about my opinion and also just what most people, I would agree, most people would think the current state of Call of Duty is. Call of Duty is a long-running franchise, as we all know. It started with obviously the very first COD that came out. I think in 2000, on early 2000s. I just know that the first three Call of Duty games were relatively the same, all World War II shooters, stuff like that. And then Call of Duty took a big step forward with Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. That's what put Call of Duty on the map for a lot of people. And that's a lot of people's first COD game. That was my first COD. I mean, I was kind of young and dumb, so I didn't understand what the hell was going on with the story or anything or whatnot. And I was not good at the multiplayer. But, it was my first COD. And then World War at War came out. Probably the best World War II COD. I mean, it's way better than Vanguard, and Call of Duty World War II is good, but it's not as good as World at War. World at War brought zombies to Call of Duty, which was huge because if you look it up and all that, zombies wasn't technically supposed to exist, but it does, and we're thankful because honestly, I can't imagine what Call of Duty would be like without zombies. And then possibly the greatest COD, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, great game. A lot of people's top three. It's at least top three. Call of Duty. It's a top three for sure. You can mix and match it whatever way you want, but it's top three no matter what, unless unless you hit your head as a kid. But um, then Black Ops One, another great game, brought zombies back. One of the better, a great zombie experience. Has some great maps, great campaign. Obviously, one of the best. Great multiplayer. Modern Warfare 3, great game. Uh, I love Modern Warfare 3. Modern Warfare 3 was like one of the first Call of Duty games that I understood a bit more because I was a bit older, and it's one of my favorites. Obviously, that's why I'm using gameplay for part of this video. I'm going to be using gameplay for multiple Call of Duties because I get the feeling this video will be a bit longer. It's a long conversation. At least I think it will be. Probably will be. Um, but Modern Warfare 3 is one of my favorite CODs. And then Black Ops 2. Honestly, one of the most perfect games you can find because it has a great campaign, it has a great multiplayer, and it has a great zombies. It's literally the most balanced Call of Duty there is in terms of the experience you get in the game. It has an absolute all-star campaign. Its campaign is so great. Its multiplayer is awesome. It's just a shame that you can't really play it anymore. I mean, you can, but you're going to likely run into a hacker who's ruining it. And but back then, I mean, even if you don't run into a hacker, it's still a great game. But back then, one of the best multiplayer experiences you can find, and of course the zombies. Let's not. I mean, so many great maps. It's great. The zombies is chef's kiss. And after this, we get into a strange era of Call of Duty because a lot of people think this is when Call of Duty fell off. I'm going to say a little bit of an unpopular opinion. I like Call of Duty Ghost. Is it great? Is it like perfect? No, absolutely not. I like the campaign. The multiplayer was, I mean, it had nice elements. I hate the time to kill. I mean, it feels like you're playing Siege at that point. It feels like you're playing Rainbow Six Siege. You die so quickly. Someone shoots at you. Before you can even turn around, you're dead. I mean, you die so quickly. And some of the maps were goddamn huge. Call of Duty Ghost is not a perfect game, but I definitely don't think it's as bad as people say. And then Advanced Warfare. Whew. Advanced Warfare brings up an interesting topic. Not really. It's the first advanced movement Call of Duty game. It's the first one that brought supply drops. It had some crazy character customization. I personally like the games. I mean, I personally like Advanced Warfare. I'm not going to say it's perfect either, but like, I do love its character customization outside of having to get everything through supply drops and shit. I like what you can do with your character. You can literally customize them from head to toe. It's honestly cool. You can really customize your character, and like you could do a lot with it. Um, Advanced Warfare had a pretty solid campaign, a pretty fun multiplayer. The zombies was Zombies in Advanced Warfare is a bit iffy. It's not my favorite. A lot of people just didn't really care for it. I don't care for it too much. It's all right. Um, definitely nowhere near top. Definitely nowhere near some of the top Call of Duty experiences. Um, and then we have Black Ops 3. A lot of people love Black Ops 3. I like it as well. It's kind of like Black Ops 2, to where it's almost the perfect game, except it's not. Its campaign is bad. It's a confusing mess, and it barely story wise. It literally has nothing to do with the past Black Ops games. Really, it's just whatever. The multiplayer though is great, and the zombies is honestly peak. It is my second, maybe even my favorite zombies experience. But there's yeah, I think Black Ops 3 is a really good game. Infinite Warfare got so much hate for no reason. In my the way I see Infinite Warfare is almost the way I see other people see Black Ops 2. I'm gonna sound crazy. Some of you guys might think I'm crazy. Infinite Warfare has a perfect campaign. Really amazing campaign. Its multiplayer isn't Black Ops 2 tier, but it's good. You can play it now, but you're gonna run into one of those dickheads who jump around using this goddamn robot and the Titan, and the way they move, they're moving and they're aiming. It seems like they're hacking, but they might not be. You don't really know. And then the zombies is truly underrated in my opinion. I love Infinite Warfare zombies. It's Infinite Warfare holds a really special place in my heart. It always will. I don't care what people say. I remember when I was playing on Xbox one day, one of my friends messaged me and say, "IW sucks." Like some people just didn't even give it a chance. The trailer came out and they hated it so much. It got so much hate. Um, Next, Call of Duty. And yeah, before we get into to talk about modern COD, I'm literally going on a tangent about I'm talking about every other Call of Duty game. So, World War II is another game that holds a special place in my heart. It's not as closest to my heart as Infinite Warfare is, but World War II is a pretty solid campaign, a really fun multiplayer, and a pretty good zombies. Okay, I'm not saying the zombies in that game is perfect by any means, but it's not as bad as like Vanguard or Modern Warfare 3. Those two are the worst zombies experiences you can talk about. Um, and then after that, you have Black Ops 4. I would say, Black Ops 4 has a good multiplayer. Its multiplayer is kind of mid. It's all right, and then its zombies is honestly better than its multiplayer. The zombies, I think, is the only reason I have it installed on my Xbox, and I think the only reason why I have the goddamn game is because for its zombies, not for its multiplayer. Because I played a match of it a couple of days ago, and I ran into some of the sweatiest Master Prestige suckers ever. So, I mean, they're out here playing like it's some kind of pro league thing. Like you're playing a old game, you gotta go so crazy like that. Um, then we have Modern Warfare 2019. I love Modern Warfare 2019. Uh, the reboot of Modern Warfare. A lot of people. I mean, I honestly like this game. I like its campaign. I like its multiplayer. I love. It's a great game. I think it's the only good Modern Warfare reboot there is. I think out of all like the new trilogy they're trying to make, it's the only good one. It's the only really good one. After that, we have Black Ops Cold War. Black Ops Cold War. I like Black Ops Cold War. I like its campaign. Its multiplayer was plagued by a really strict skill-based matchmaking system. I felt it. I mean, I feel like it was very strict because I could have one good game and that'd be in like 20 terrible lobbies where my team doesn't know how to play, but the enemy team is like some pro league team. Um, it felt like that. And the zombies in that game is all right. I kind of I think it's yeah. The zombies in Cold War's not terrible, but it's not great either. At least in my opinion. Then we get to Modern Warfare 2, which is an game. I think its campaign's pretty solid. Its multiplayer is I liked it at first. Before I liked it for a little bit, but that's kind of all I could say about Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 2 is just kind of the new one, obviously. It's it's all right. And then the copy and paste Modern Warfare 3. Oh, I forgot a game. I forgot a game. Um, but hold on, I am running out of gameplay, so I will pick this up in a second. I will be starting this up once I get more gameplay in the video. Sorry about that. All right, to pick up basically where I left off, I forgot to talk about Call of Duty Vanguard. In my opinion, it's one of the worst Call of Duties. It's not a good game, and its campaign is a mess, and it's not good. I mean, the characters are bland. I don't like. I mean, I don't care for a single one of them. Um, it's a terrible, very historically inaccurate campaign. I mean, I'm not going to be that history guy that like talks about it, but you know, you could easily find a video on YouTube alone just explaining why Vanguard's campaign is terrible. And obviously, when it comes to multiplayer, you got to kind of let it breathe, because if you were to keep it like that, you'd have a game like whatever. But its multiplayer isn't much better. It's actually not better at all. It's a copy and paste almost of Modern Warfare 2019, just with a World War II coat and downgraded by like 30%, 50% actually. They had some ugly ass skins in that game. They had like an Attack on Titan skin that did not look good. It looked really stupid in game. I mean, leave the anime skins to Fortnite at this point. They don't look good in Call of Duty at all. They just kind of stupid. And then the zombies in Vanguard's. Oh, it I don't even know how to talk about it. No, I do, but it's not good. Vanguard Zombies is awful. Vanguard Zombies is like generally the worst zombies there is, I think. If you're to think about what's the worst Call of Duty zombies, Call of Duty Vanguard has to come to mind. It's either Call of Duty Vanguard or Modern Warfare 3. I think those two are honestly both equally bad. But Vanguard Zombies is... Now, I think... I can't remember if this is true. I think it is. The game didn't have Pack-a-Punch skins for the guns at first, I don't think. At least when it first came out. I think that shit was literally added like later on. And then, if you're playing by yourself, you can get kicked for being inactive, apparently. And then, I played like 5 minutes of the zombies. No, I played like at least 10 minutes, right? And I'm like, this is garbage. And I never played it again. It kind of goes for the entire game. I played a bit of it. Like, this is terrible. I uninstalled it. Have not played it ever since. I used to make fun of it on my original YouTube channel. Those were some of my first few videos that actually had commentary and had me talking. Was making fun of that game because it was just that bad. I don't want to spend any more time talking about it. I think it's by far one of the worst games. I think did I already talk about Modern Warfare 3? I think I did. Yeah, I did. In the previous recording. I recorded that yesterday. This is literally an entirely different day since recording the first half. Modern Warfare 3 is just a $7 DLC. That's all I gotta say. And now let's talk about Black Ops 6, and then after that, I will finally talk about my opinion on the current state of Call of Duty, because I feel like I've spent enough time basically breaking down where Call of Duty was, and now I'm going to talk about where it is now. Black Ops 6, in my opinion, is not a bad game. I think it's just plagued by a lot of issues. I mean, I can name them all right now. There's the hacking issue. You could find a lot of hackers, whether it's in Warzone or actually the straight up multiplayer. The servers are kind of dookie. Like, I see a lot of people constantly complain about how they're just getting lag for no reason or whatever. And don't get me started on the skill-based damage people talk about. You could shoot somebody plenty of times, put 4 or 5 shots into them. They should be dead, right? No. They turn around and they beam you with, like, whatever gun they have. They just beam you in a second. And then, while you put, like, half a mag into them, it don't make sense. So, but let me break down Black Ops 6. Black Ops 6's campaign, from what I played, I never finished it, and I haven't finished it. I don't have the game anymore. I uninstalled it due to how big it is. I don't want that massive tumor size of a game on my Xbox anymore. It's just too big. It's too big to keep. At least for me. But the campaign, from what I played, was pretty solid. The multiplayer, I spent 2 months playing it straight, basically. I spent a lot of time playing it when it first came out. I got some gold guns. I don't remember what my progress was. I think I had the XM4 gold. I had the AK-47 gold. I swear I had more. I just can't remember. I know I had the MP5 gold and the Tancho 22, and I think I honestly can't remember what other guns I had gold, but I know I got a couple gold. I was doing a bit of a grind at the time. But man, was playing Nuketown a terrible mess because if you had too fun in the last game, you're getting thrown into the unemployment lobby. And boy, I feel like Black Ops 6 might be the sweatiest COD there is. Like, if you were to think about any COD that's just sweaty and just full of absolute losers that don't have a job and don't have a life, Black Ops 6 is that fine example. You could have one or a couple of good games, right? I had a couple of good games many times, and then I'd be thrown into the absolute unemployment lobby. The unemployed kings of Call of Duty, the guys who don't get off, the guys who are like Prestige 8 already. I mean, the game's been out for a while. But at the time when I was still playing, there's people who were like Prestige 8. If you're, let's go back in time. If it's the first month of Call of Duty Black Ops 6 or the second month, and you're like Prestige 8 or something like that, you need to get off the game. Oh, yeah, it's a little. I don't Prestige, honestly. I don't see the purpose of it anymore. It's kind of pointless. I mean, I will Prestige. I did want to Prestige, at least a Prestige 2, but I wanted to focus on my gold grind a bit. I wanted to at least get the AS Val gold, because I know that gun you don't get it until level 55, I think, right? You don't get it until max level. So I wanted to get all the guns that you don't get for a while. But we're not here to talk about that. But Black Ops 6 just feels so sweaty. I'm just saying, if you want to be a little sweaty dickhead, go play freaking rank. Go play ranked or something, you know? You don't need to be in the casual lobby. I'm not saying that Call of Duty is casual anymore because it's far from it. I'm not saying it always has to be casual, but every match I played almost, either felt like we're playing a freaking professional game and there's like $1 million on the line, you know? Like, man, I just want to come home from work, my long, like, 8-hour shift. I want to come home from work and just play Call of Duty and relax, but I can't. You can't even do that anymore. Nowadays, you're hopped on for the first time of the day, and you're already facing people who've been on for your entire shift, essentially. So for 8 hours or whatever. I don't know. Black Ops 6 is so sweaty. It is so, so sweaty. It's bad. But now let's talk about positively about Black Ops 6. What was that? Black Ops 6. I love its zombies. I think its zombies is by far the best zombies we've had in a while. It's better than Cold War zombies. I will say that 100%. Nothing wrong with Cold War zombies, but Black Ops 6 zombies is so much better. And it's also, yeah, Black Ops 6 zombies is good. I think it's, again, the best we've had in a while. Best since Infinite Warfare. Some people will say best since Black Ops 3, but that's because people didn't play Infinite Warfare zombies. Infinite Warfare zombies is great. Um, but yeah, Black Ops 6, I think again, I really do want to like the game. I want to enjoy it, but it's like I can't because there's so many issues. There's the hacking, there's the sweats, there's the terrible servers that just for some reason lag out of nowhere. There's skill-based damage. There's the fact that the devs seem more focused on adding ugly skins that look stupid instead of making the game good. And then don't get me started on Warzone. I will talk about Warzone in a bit, but Call of Duty now just seems like it's more focused on like selling ugly skins. If you look at the Black Ops 6 shop, it's just full of mostly junk. I mean, if you like some of the skins, that's cool. I like some of the skins. Some of them are cool looking, but the other ones just look stupid. I put some pictures on them that are going to show up a bit soon, I think. They just don't look good. Black Ops 6, at least if you look at the reviews on Xbox, they're not pretty good. It's like a lot of honesty, a lot of honest hate, and I see it why. A lot of people mention the skill-based matchmaking. A lot of people mention the hacker issue. A lot of people mention the skill-based damage issue. Hell, I mean, they're even deleting some of the reviews on the Xbox ratings for if you go to the store on Xbox, they're deleting some of the reviews. Some people have mentioned that they delete their reviews, and like, I don't know, man. I wanted Black Ops 6 to be good, and I personally, again, I do enjoy it a bit, but these issues, they plug it a little too much for me to enjoy it. Also, again, the size. Like, for me, in order for me to have Black Ops 6, because I got a lot of games on my Xbox, and for me to have it, I'd have to uninstall at least 3 games. 3 of my bigger games just to hold Black Ops 6 because it's so big. And you always have to keep extra space open because Black Ops 6, every time it updates, it's like a 60, 70 gig update. Just for them to add 2 new maps and a new gun and a bunch of new skins and a bunch of other junk. They like to oversize it, I think. I think they're definitely bad at compacting the game file size because we all know why. It's because they want it to be big on purpose so you can't have shit. You can't have anything else. But like, I just when it comes to Call of Duty, I don't skip out on many of the games very often. Black Ops 6, I mean, I played it for about a month, but man, I mean, I played it for about 2 months. I skipped out completely on Modern Warfare 3 and Vanguard, both terrible games. Black Ops 6, again, it is a good game in my opinion. Going forward, though, I just wonder what Call of Duty is going to do next. There's rumors that the next game is another Black Ops game, which I hope that's not true. Please, we don't need to milk Black Ops anymore. I think there's got to be a point to where it's kind of time to stop. I mean, I feel like it's just not saying I want Black Ops to stop, but I want them to not make back-to-back sequels. Here, I got a picture of the reviews coming up right now. I took these all on Xbox, and I see what these people are complaining about. I see exactly what they're complaining about when I play the game, and even when I don't play the game, I see people talking about the exact same issue. How I think when season two came out, people were complaining about how they add this new perk and it was broken. You couldn't equip it. Yet I saw someone else remark like, "Oh, well, you never notice the shop ever has any issues," and that's true. The shop never has issues. Obviously, I think every game makes sure their shops is not broken because they obviously got to make money. Um, and I think they add this new skin. I have another picture of it coming up soon. It's ugly, man. It's stupid looking. They charge 3,300 COD points. That's like that's like overpriced, man, for the skin that's gonna about to show. It's in my opinion, at least, it's ugly. I mean, if you like it, that's okay. Nothing wrong with that, but it doesn't look good in my opinion. A lot of the skins in Black Ops 6 don't look good, and it just seems like the game is so focused on making these skins. Here's the picture coming up. Just take a look at it. It it doesn't look good. It looks like I have a video that fits perfectly to describe it. It looks like this, but not as cool. Like, take a look.
We are Venom.
So yeah, that skin honestly just looks like a team move version of Venom. I just don't think, again, none of the skins really appeal to me that much. Some of them just look, they're either too bright and just stupid looking, because the skin that's like too bright and flashy in Call of Duty, they just look stupid in game. They look stupid in game. They look stupid in the lobby. Like this skin from the Black Cell, Black Cell's overpriced as shit, by the way, but you get a bunch of skins that look like shit, like that, like garbage. I'm sorry, but that does not look good. And then there's this one, just bright. I mean, if you're trying to play Warzone, you just look stupid. I feel like in general, you just look stupid. But again, if you like that skin, that's fine. You can tell me I'm stupid for not liking it. But personally, if I'm playing Call of Duty, I don't want to wear a glowing skin that's just going to tell people where I am. Especially in a more competitive sense in Warzone. If you're trying to win, you're going to get sniped because someone can see you from across the map because you're glowing. But I spent enough time about talking about Black Ops 6 and the skins that are ugly. Now I'm finally gonna go straight up in what I think what's going on with Call of Duty. Call of Duty at this day and age, it just seems like we're more focused about making money than making the game good. Because Black Ops 6 is a good game, but it's not a great game. And Warzone is plagued with hackers, I would say. I haven't played Warzone in a couple years now. I haven't played Warzone since like Black Ops Cold War was out. I played a bit. Actually, no, I played a bit during like Modern Warfare 2's time. But then after that, I haven't played Warzone since. And all I see is clips of people being killed by hackers, or this guy running around with the ice staff blowing people up, or a guy with a ray gun, or basically wall hacks. I've seen so many clips of all these hackers, and Call of Duty just doesn't do shit about it. They just like, eh. I mean, sure, they try. And I'm not saying obviously dealing with hackers is a bit of an issue. It's hard. It's a bit more difficult. I don't know anything about game development or just doing all that kind of stuff, preventing hackers from infesting your game, but Call of Duty at least need to try. And this doesn't seem like they do. Um, they every time they update the game, it's just a giant 70 gig update that's full of bunch of stupid looking skins. I noticed when they advertise their new seasons, they mostly advertise the skins that are going to be on the shop. They mostly advertise what stupid skins they're adding next, rather than what changes are coming to the game. Obviously, they'll show off the new maps, they'll show off the new guns, and they'll show off a new mode. But I saw like the trailer for like season two, and it was just focusing on like all the stupid skins that are in the game. But the skins are the least of my problem. Like I could honestly play the game and not have the skins bother me. They don't bother me like that, but I just say let people toggle them off or on. I'm just saying if I could, I would 100% turn them off because especially for people who like the immersion. I'm not saying that Black Ops 6 is by far a realistic game because I remember the devs saying we're taking players back to a familiar era, and then they add a glowing dragon skin, or not. They said like it's gonna be grounded. Because I remember because they Modern Warfare 2 skins carried over to Modern Warfare 3, and then people were upset. Some people, at least, were upset that Modern Warfare 3 skins aren't transferring to Black Ops 6. I mean, that's a fair reason. It's not like the exact same operators are going to be in Black Ops 6, so I see why they don't do that. But also, I think it's because no one wants to see Nicki Minaj and Homelander in Black Ops 6. You know, I'm just saying. Um, but yeah, I think the current state of Call of Duty is not great, but it's also not terrible. And when I do my Halo video, when I'm going to go on a deep dive in Halo, I think Call of Duty is certainly in a better situation than Halo because at least Call of Duty makes a lot of money every year, while Halo struggles to add a new gun to Halo Infinite. And I will totally rip into that conversation. I will talk about it because Halo is my favorite franchise. So for me to talk about it and talk about what I just think is going on with the franchise, I'm going to be 100% honest with it. Like, as a fan, a lifelong fan, I see all the issues, and I think a lot of people do. But it goes for the same thing with Call of Duty. I've been a fan of Call of Duty for years, and I'm not going to say it's in a terrible spot. It's not. It's not in like the worst situation, but it's also not in the best situation. It's like I'm going to make a weird comparison. That Call of Duty is like the Dallas Cowboys. It'll be good, and it'll have fans and whatever, have people playing it, but overall, it sucks. It just it's not good. And yeah, I'm not to say Black Ops 6 is a terrible game by any means, but it's the issues are very obvious. The issues show themselves so often. The skill-based damage problem. I'm not sure if that's an issue anymore. Maybe it's not. I haven't played in years. Not years. I haven't played in months. I haven't played since season one. That was the last time I played. I didn't even play during season two at all. So maybe they fixed that issue to where your bullets are like pea shooters. But yeah, I think this is the situation of Call of Duty. It's in a middle ground to where it's not perfect and it's not good. It's not like what it used to be, but it's also not bad. It's good enough to make money because Call of Duty will always have people buying it, and it'll always have people playing it. But this video is about to wrap up, so I just want to thank you guys for watching. This was a very long video. I yapped a lot, so I appreciate you. If you made it to this part in the video, I very much appreciate you for listening and watching. Um, if you don't agree with my takes, that's totally cool. That's fine. If you think Call of Duty is in a perfect situation, that's also good. It's subjective, but thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great rest of your day.